To get a sense of how variables work, let's create a project in Visual Studio. We'll use a Windows Project Classic Desktop and make that a console application. Let's give that a name, Variables Demo, and Visual Studio will set up the project for us. The first variable that we're going to create has the type int. Its identifier or name is my age, and we're going to initialize that variable to the value 21. The two slashes create a comment, that is text that will be ignored by the compiler. Now we're going to create a second variable x, set its value to 5, and then of type double, which can have fractional values or decimal values. My hourly rate, notice it's 150.00. The final variable we'll set up is marked type var, and var says, hey compiler, I bet you know what type this is by the value that I'm adding to it. And since I'm adding a string, Jesse Liberty, my name is of type string. Now we're going to right line the values of these variables. We are, as we have in the past, using string interpolation. That is, we begin with a $sign and we put into braces the variable whose value we want to display. Let's take a look at what that output looks like, and you can see that each of the values that we assign to these variables is displayed. But these are variables, and so we can change their values. We'll do that by coming down and setting my age to the value 35. Let's set x to be equal to 20. Let's set my hourly rate to 85 and my name to George Washington. It's important to understand that although we used var and told the compiler to guess the type, it has a type. The type is string. Now we'll copy the right line and display exactly the same information, but because the variables have changed their value, we'll see a different output. Let's run that and see them side by side. And so you can see that each of the variables' value has changed during the running of the program.